Alrighty guys, Chippy12 here. Welcome to Card Week 4. Today I'll be going over the Thromok the Insatiable deck that I built based around the Plane Chase 2012 deck, Primordial Hunger. So yeah, check it out. Alright, so now I'll be going over the Commander deck I built mostly based on this deck. It's very budget, so I didn't really spend that much. I basically just built it out of stuff that I had around the house, but it still works really well. I played it once and won. So the commander is Thromok the Insatiable, which, as I said before, has however many creatures you devour squared. So you can get him pretty huge. We've got 17 forests and 16 mountains. Then for the non-base lands, we have a colony garden, which is nice because it puts in a 0/1 for you to devour. Or underneath the vast wood, which can make your tokens bigger. Copperline Gorge, probably going to replace this with a Rootbound Crag. Kessig Wolf Run, which is great for pumping your devour creatures and also giving them trample. Mossfire Valley, Gruul Turf, Kazandu Refuge, and Skarg the Rage Pits, which will give your devour creatures trample as well. And then for the enchantments, we have Fires of Yavimaya to give your creatures haste, Warstorm Surge, and Awakening Zone. Put in tokens and for ramp. And since it's green, we're going to have a few ramp spells. We have Harrow, Cultivate, Druid's Repository, since you're going to have a lot of tokens out. Growth Spasm, which will let you search for land and put a 0/1 to devour. And Rampant Growth. And then for some of the just kind of more random spells, I suppose, Mark of Mutiny, which, as I said before, will let you take one of their creatures and then sacrifice it. Hellion Eruption, which will make your tokens 4/4s. And Overrun, which will pump all your tokens and give your big guys trample. Then for direct damage, we have Volt Charge, which will deal 3 damage and also let you proliferate the creatures with Devour. Banefire, which is great removal in Commander, because if it's 5 or more damage, then it can't be prevented by spells or abilities, and it can't be countered. It's pretty ridiculous. It's basic Lightning Bolt, and Burn at the Stake, because you're going to have a ton of tokens. You can just tap them all and kill someone already. And then for Artifact and Enchantment removal, we have Ancient Grudge, destroy target artifact with Flashback Green, and Naturalize, destroy target artifact or enchantment. And then we have some token generators as well. We have Bestial Menace, which puts a 1/1, a 2/2, and a 3/3 in. Feed the Pack, which will let you sacrifice someone at the beginning of your end step, and then you put in X 2/2 Green Wolves, where X is the creature's toughness. So if you sacrifice like a Penumbra Spider, which is a 2/4, then you'll get 4 2/2 tokens. Or if you sacrifice something huge that has Devour, you'll get a ton of tokens. You have Skittering Invasion, which puts in 5 0/1s. Howl of the Night Pack, which puts in a 2/2 Green Wolf for each forest you control. Gutter Grime, which whenever a creature you control dies, put a slime counter on it. And then put a green ooze that has this creature's power and toughness is equal to the number of counters on it, which will, when you have to sacrifice creatures, allow you to get more of them back. Fists of Ironwood, which you can enchant onto one of your big creatures and give them trample, and then it also lets you put 2 1/1s into play to devour. We've also got Thatcher Revolt to put in 3 1/1 human tokens. And then for the artifacts, we've got Expedition Map, which will let you get a land, basic or non-basic. Gruul Signet, which is you know, normal for commander decks. Argentum Armor, some nice equipment removal, destroy target, permanent whenever it attacks, and it also gets +6/+6. Heartseeker, which is kind of a little less known, but I think is really great in Commander because it's equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has tap and unattached Heartseeker destroy target creature, and it's equipped 5 and it costs 4. So that's pretty awesome for destroying whatever creature they have. And then we have 2 living weapons, Skinwing to give any of your Devour guys flying. You could also sacrifice the germs. Then Bone Horde, which you'll be sacrificing a lot of creatures, so this will give you some pump based on that. Then, just for some other creatures, we've got Instigator Gang, which pumps your tokens, and also when it flips, it'll pump them even more. A Flame Blast Dragon, which is just great, flying 5/5, then pay X and a red to deal X damage to target creature or player. Then we have some creatures that play off when they go to the graveyard. They do effects. This one I actually realized is whenever another creature goes to the graveyard, which is even more awesome because then any creature you devour will deal 1 damage. Mud Button Torch Runner deals 3. Tukatang Salad will put a 1/1 in. Viridian Emissary lets you search for a basic land. Brindle Shout puts in a 3/3. Number Spider puts in a copy. And Mitotic Slime puts in a bunch of tokens. And then for some token generator creatures, we have a lot of those. I have a Nest Invader. When it comes in, you put in a 0/1. Beetleback Chief, when it comes in, you put in 2 1/1s. Dragon Lair Spider, whenever a player casts a spell, you put a 1/1 in. Jedediah Janna, whenever it attacks or blocks, you get to put in a 2/2 cat. Mayor of Averbrook, which when he flips, it will let you put in wolves and also pump them. And Ant Queen, which if you have any leftover mana, you can pay to put in the 1/1. Well, as many as you want, depending on how much mana you have. Chancellor of the Forge, which you can reveal it if it's in your opening hand and put a 1/1 in, and then when it comes in, it puts in X 1/1s, where that's equal to the number of creatures you control, which can be a lot since you're going to be putting in a lot of tokens. Master of the Wild Hunt, which puts in wolves and lets you use fight with them. And a Brute Sliver. Even though this is in a Sliver deck, this card's still ridiculous token generation. Whenever Sliver deals combat damage, you can put in a 1/1 Sliver, so then all your Slivers get that ability, even the 1/1s that you put in. Jade Mage, which, again, if you have leftover mana, you can put in some 1/1s. And then for the Devour creatures, you have Prey Caesar Dragon, Michaeloth, Hellkite Hatchling, Gluttonous Slime, Thorn Thrash Viashino, Thunder Thrash Elder, a Voracious Dragon, which will let you deal damage to target creature or player equal to the number of goblins it devoured. Skull Molcher, which is really great because it has Devour 1, and when it comes into play, you draw a card for each creature devoured, which is ridiculous in Commander. And then we have 2 Planeswalkers, Garruk Wild Speaker, which will let you untap your lands and then put in 3/3s and also pump all your tokens and give your big guys trample. And Garruk Primal Hunter, which will put in 3/3 beasts and let you draw a bunch of cards based on how much power, which can be a lot with some of the Devour cards. And then his -6 will let you put in as many 6/6 worms as you have for each land. So that's my Commander deck, and thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe and keep watching for more Magic videos.